Let's break down the UI creation process. I started with a quick and dirty mockup using Canva. While there are better design tools out there for this, I prioritized speed and efficiency for this initial step. Next, I used the power of AI to generate the logo. I fed a description to the DALL-E tool and I was blown away by the logo options it generated. One perfectly captured the essence of the extension, turning an article into social media posts with the help of AI and sharing. Finally, it was time to code the UI. I used large language models like Gemini and ChatGPT. Both can take images as input, although ChatGPT requires a bit upgrade for this feature. I was impressed once again by their ability to generate code that reflected my design, including semantic HTML and accessibility considerations. I took their generated code as a starting point and made some refinements. I added hover animations for the posts and loading animation for a smoother user experience. Oh, and let's not forget about the font selection. I asked ChatGPT to suggest a font for my UI based on current trends and the extension nature. I employed a simple strategy. I prompted it to ask me 5 targeted questions to better understand what I'm looking for and find exactly what I need. It's time to bring together all the pieces of this project. But before, I need to place the brain of the extension into a Google Cloud function and deploy it. For this, I need to go to Google Cloud and then you can go ahead and type here Google Cloud function. And here we are, I have Google Cloud function. I'm already logged in. I go to the console. And here I have already my functions, so you can go ahead and create your function like this, give it a name, give it the region. For me it's important to give it a US region because there are some countries that have no access yet to the Gemini API, for example France, Canada, so that's why I choose this region. And here trigger HTTPS, nothing really more than this. I increased a little bit the memory for my case and that's it. You can go ahead next, and here for the runtime I'll choose Python and we are good. Here I have my requirement. I just copy and paste all my requirements I have before. So as you can see, I have all my requirements. I don't need this one, by the way. So yeah, I have also Google Cloud Secret Manager to get my secrets. And as for the main, here I basically copy paste all my code and I will add for the main function the this annotation functions framework HTTP with some error management. We are good for this. I just copy paste all my code. So as you can see, this is my function, and make sure the name of your main function is your is same as your entry point. For example, I can name it main here and go ahead and change this name to main. And here we are. Nothing really changed except that I added some error management so that I can get what's going wrong if there is any problem, of course. And this part also for getting all my secrets. The last piece, building the extension. So here we have some necessary files. As you can see, I have here the background JS file, which is my web worker. the manifest file, which is the configuration of the extension, and here all necessary files for displaying the pop-up, the CSS, the HTML, and JavaScript. So I'll go ahead and go through the manifest file. Here I have just like the extension name, its version, description, what it got as permissions. It can access the active tab, which is important to get the current URL. And here I have all my actions. I have the HTML it uses, that the pop-up it will display, and here I have all my icons with different sizes. And finally, I have my web worker, which uses the background.js file. And as for the HTML and CSS, nothing really changed, the same thing. And so here in my HTML, I have also added the JavaScript file, which is here the pop-up.js file. And let's go check this file. Here, as you can see, I create a new web worker based on the background.js file. I have a listener over the DOM content loaded just to check if I'm on the right domain. Otherwise, just display like this website is not supported yet. And here we have the generate button of the pop-up, which will have and here we have the generate button. We'll go just check this. Here it is. So when clicked, this event is triggered, and here we get the current tab URL and display the skeleton louder. And here I will use the web worker. I will post a message and say, here is the URL. And let's go to the background.js. Here I have my listener on the message. So here it got the URL from the event, and it will just call a fetch function. So here basically what it does, it just returns a promise that fetches the URL, gets data, and if it's alright, then it will just resolve data. Otherwise it will reject with an error. So here we are. We didn't post again the message with data, otherwise we post again the message with error. So here in the JS file, we'll have again a listener on message of worker, and here I get the event data. If it's alright, we don't have error, then we remove the skeleton louder, we display the posts, and we attach click events on the copy icon so that I can copy the post, and otherwise I will just display an error message. So here we are. There are functions that I use for this, like for example the e-supported website, which will just check if I'm on Medium or Dev2. Here I have the disable generated button just to disable the generate button, because we can generate if we are not on Dev2 or Medium. And here I have just other functions for displaying the skeleton ladder, removing it, displaying error messages, displaying post, create post, etc. Not really complicated to do. And finally, just I will go back to the worker. Here I have another function that is just a mock of the featured data so that I can test out things without calling the Google Cloud function. So this is just a simulation of calling the Google Cloud function and getting some data. So here we are, we have all our necessary elements. We can go ahead and zip all these elements and go to the Chrome Web Store developer dashboard and go ahead, just add the description, the category, the icon, all the elements, necessary elements for the extension, and submit it for review and wait for Google team to review it, and if everything is alright, publish it. Et voila!